Hey there, I'm David Cordero and welcome back to another Guitar Basics series at Pass the Guitar Live. And in this video, we're gonna cover the chord A minor, a very important chord, part of the pack of the most essential chords any guitar player needs to know. But before we move on, it's important that you know what a chord diagram is and how to read one. Well, if you don't, that's okay. Check out this video. There's also a link on the description. And then come back here and learn how to play A minor. If you're ready, let's waste no more time and dive right in. Take a look at that nice chord diagram here. First, notice that we do have an X on the 6th string. In this case, it means that we are not gonna play the 6th. We're gonna avoid the 6th. So when we strum this chord, we're gonna start from the 5th string down. Well, what else do we see here? We see two circles on strings number 5 and number 1, which means that those two strings are going to be played open. And we also see 3 black circles on the fretboards, one on the 2nd string 1st fret, another one on the 4th string 2nd fret, and another one on the 3rd string 2nd fret. And we see the numbers 1, 2, and 3. And that means that we're going to use fingers number 1, 2, and 3 to play this chord, and we're going to place those fingers on those frets and those strings that the chord diagram is showing us. So let's start by placing our first finger. Here we go, 2nd string, 1st fret, good. Now I'm going to bring my 2nd finger to the 4th string, 2nd fret, and I'm going to bring my 3rd finger and wrap this thing up on the 3rd string on the 2nd fret. There you go. I have my A minor here. Now it's time to check if the chord actually sounds good and clean. And how do we do that? We're gonna pluck one string at a time. Obviously, we're gonna avoid the 6th because you already know that there is an X there and we're not gonna play the 6th string. So we start on the 5th. There is a lot of buzzing here and some strings almost didn't sound like a note. Well, let's start by looking what's going on the 5th string. Muted. What's happening? A common mistake people make when placing their fingers is that instead of using the tip of their fingers, they use the flat. And then when they do that, their fingers move up a little bit and start touching another string. And that's what's happening here. Notice that when I actually move my 2nd finger down and use the tip, that now it gave room for the 5th string to ring. Clean, right? So don't forget, use the tip of your fingers always. Let's now check what's going on with string number 4. There is some buzzing here, and I am using the tip of my finger and I'm pressing really hard. A second thing that you always need to be aware of is, although the area in between the two fret bars is really wide, at least here in the beginning of the neck, you should always move your fingers as close as you can to the bar on the right. So I'm going to do that with all of my fingers, with my index. Move the 3 of them together as far as I can to the right. And with that, I might be getting a good sound here. Here's my 5th string, nice. Oh, look at that. Now it's not buzzing anymore. Beautiful. I also have my 3rd string. But I don't have my 1st. Why? I am pressing really hard here. Well, another problem that we do is that we pull our hands sometimes too much, touching the bottom of the fretboard or the neck, and the belly. And the belly is this area here on the bottom of the finger. And that belly of the finger touches the string underneath. So as much as we don't want to be pushing the finger up so it doesn't mute the string above, we also need to be careful not to flatten our fingers too much because the belly area of the fingers will touch the strings underneath. So if I move these knuckles forward slightly, you don't need to go too far because you don't want to curve your wrist too much. So just a little bit, and now I have a better arch on all of my fingers, probably making enough room for my second string to ring. Oh, nice. And with that, I also fixed the problem on the first string, because if I was touching the neck like this, I wouldn't hear the first string. So move my knuckles forward, and now I have my A minor. Sounding clean and getting all of the notes without having to press so hard. So always look that you're using the tip of your fingers, that your fingers are as far to the right as they can be, and that your hand is showing a good curve, a good arch on the fingers, and you're not touching the neck here. So you always want to have some room. If you follow these 3 rules, your chords are always going to sound clean. And that's a wrap. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot. And don't forget to subscribe, click on that bell, and like this video. Your support is extremely important for us. My name is David Cordero, and I'll see you guys on another video.